Here's a quick tour of all the gardens. Got the sorghum growing awfully tall. Looking good. The chicken gardens. Golden giant amaranth. Looking good. Sunflowers didn't do too well. They didn't root very good. They kind of flopped over on the chicken garden. Got a German foxtail millet. Nice and puffed up seed heads, but no mature seed yet. More sunflowers. There was borage there, but it's since died. Hopefully gone to seed. And will grow back next year. Here's a golden raspberry, Ann's golden raspberry. And then Heritage red raspberry, first year planted. Not doing too bad. A couple more sunflowers looking sad. First year of the coop. Chickens seem to like it. There's Mama. Chicks are somewhere. There they are. She's doing good. Around here we have our little bunny. Cabbage. Looking handsome. Here's the squash area. Whole bunch of different squash in here. Right now it's violin butternut that's kind of taken over. The others have since died out, aren't doing too good. Got some peanut pumpkin. I can't pronounce the French name. Some sunflowers in there too. A very poorly made squash tunnel with some cushaw hanging down. Some random mints that I'm going to regret planting there. More golden giant amaranth. In this plot, delicata kind of, which I've got some in my hand here that I've harvested. They're kind of taken into this plot. I've got beets in this bare spot that are still germinating. And then daikon radish coming up over there. Got beans, garden beans. This one's dragon tongue, that one's red swan, and then that's just a general green bean. I can't remember what it was called. Those should be good for farmer's market in fall. This is our first garden plot. It's kind of a mess right now. Has a lot of pole beans that just kind of tangled up, and they still produce pretty well. Only one that I can remember that was in there is black turtle bean. And they're starting to dry out. I've been harvesting occasionally, shelling them. Some Viquinho sweet yellow peppers in there, and just I had spare and no space to put them in, so I threw them there. Some Zloty lawn Polish chamomile. This is just a mess. That thing never did any good. Compost pile. And then the formal gardens. Mess of sweet potato. Some 8-ball zucchini starting in. Some Black Beauty zucchini. Still producing. Even though the squash bugs have been picking on them, something nasty. More sweet yellow Viquinhos. An ornamental black pepper. Some little finger eggplant, which have been doing pretty decent, though they're falling over now. I trellised 3 of them, and 2 didn't get trellised, and they're all plopping over. This guy's just starting to produce. Kind of stunted for some reason. They put on a whole lot of eggplant. And the problem is the flea beetles really like to chew up the leaves. I've been hitting them with diatomaceous earth to kind of keep them put back in their place. It only works so well. This was Hopi turquoise corn. I harvested early because there were, corn earworms eating the kernels. So I just decided to dry them inside. Some good Mother Stollard beans, trellising up the corn. This was bouquet dill, growing in the corners. More sweet potato with some chamomile of the same variety as earlier. There's 3 different kinds. I can only remember there's Georgia Jet, Beauregard, and then some other kind of sweet potato in here I cannot remember, and I did not write it down. Then over here are green amaranth. I think it was Arulias Verde. And then red garnet amaranth. Looking beautiful. There's some sad carrots growing in here in this dry, rocky soil. And then some blacktail watermelons. I created a couple of them. Though it's poor soil for watermelons. First year with these raised beds, they're not quite conditioned the way I'd want them to be. That's the raised beds. And then the last spot here, mini messy herb garden. We've got white horehound, sage, that is lemon balm, that's just celosia. I threw that in there because once again I had nowhere to put stuff. Thyme, which I think it says French thyme. Genoese basil, dead chamomile, and this is lemon bee balm. And then the last spot, which I didn't plant these, they just came up volunteer, whole bunch of pumpkin. Kind of taking over this rocky spot that I have nothing planted in. It does decent enough as a ground cover, so there's all sorts of weeds hiding in here. Some kind of pumpkin. Not sure what it is because I had a lot of them sitting there last fall for the chickens to just peck on and eat. Well, that's all for now. There's not a whole lot going on, but it is almost harvesting season, so there should be quite a bit in about a month or so. So I'll be sure to update everybody on that when it's here. Thanks for watching. See ya.